I still can't see. It's really slowly failing on me. But today, I wanted to. It's Friday, March 15th, St. 16th, St. Patrick's Day. Or I guess people are posting about St. Patrick's Day. I should know when St. Patrick's Day is because I'm Irish. I think it's the 17th. But today, this week was 6 months since I went full time on YouTube. Good to give a little bit of a recap. I had a video last week where I said I was a bad YouTuber. This week I was a good YouTuber. I shot 15 videos, I shot a lot of videos. I basically have all my videos shot through April 2nd, and so um, things are looking good. I had to file an extension on my taxes, as I mentioned last time. There was a little bit of a problem with the way that I don't really manage my own books, but filed an extension. I have all the problem is I have all of the transactions, the data. I just haven't properly categorized it or reconciled it. What I've learned. So I in last May I realized I could go full time on YouTube. I spent a few months laying out the groundwork, getting business accounts set up, getting proper budgeting into place, and you know, I wanted to leave in August. Well, August 26th was my birthday. I put my 2 weeks in on August 26th. So my best laid plans panned out. I left in September. I went to LA for a meetup of other YouTubers in October, and like that went well. Then, all my plans as I was leaving were to dedicate more time to creating videos and to like kind of reformatting the channel a little bit, but for it, I left and then it's a lot easier to say you're going to do something than to actually do something, which I knew that before. I have a boss, a manager, or any coworkers. It's like I didn't rely on other people at work a lot, but just having somebody else to bounce ideas off of was really good, or to say you need help with something because I recognize I'm not good at everything. I'm good at very few things, but going to people around the office was always really helpful. I have that now in a way. Like I talk to Brock a lot. I talk to Raphael from Gentleman's Gazette. Like I talk to other guys that are also in the YouTube space, but it's a different relationship, but still very worth it. So September to December, um, working to kind of build a network, build relationships there. I did some meetups, which was really helpful. I continued to make videos constantly. I was able to post almost every weekday those last few months of the year. And then I went to Morocco, which was a huge turning point for me because it was the first time in a while that I was on a trip and I wasn't actively thinking about either going back to work, what I was missing at work, or thinking about the channel. Because when I would go on, when I went to Ireland, I was like focused on work a little bit, but I was also shooting videos. That was in 2017, and so the Morocco trip, I was able to step back and say like, all right, I've been doing this for almost 3 years. Where do I want to be 3 years from now? And then, if I've always had the same vision of the channel, which is to help guys and be like a buying guide and a resource, but the ways that I do it are changing. And coming back from Morocco, that was the end of November, I laid that out at a high level, and then I wanted to take the time in January to lay that out and like start executing on it. But then I got behind in January, I got behind in February, and I'm still behind in March. Like I haven't been able to start laying that out. And so, it feels like every week I talk about that sort of thing. So it's been 6 months. I was able to pay off. You saw my stream. I was able to pay off all of my student loans. So, when my wife and I got married, we had $100,000 plus in student loans, and just we've been very aggressive at getting rid of that. That took about three and a half, 3.5 years to get rid of that, and that's been a huge relief. Now we also did that while my wife was at home full time with our two children, and now third one is due in July. So I'm actually probably gonna go get another car today. We're gonna replace. We had a Ford Escape, can't fit 3 car seats, or it's not future proof. So we're gonna buy a new, or we're gonna buy a used car, but it's gonna be a Suburban because that will fit as many children as we can before we have to go to like a bus of some sort. But the big learning through this whole thing, or the big change, is that not only am I in full control of my time and my schedule, but I can also decide, I can also fully control when I'm going to be with my family. And that was always probably the number one reason I wanted to do this. The reason I started was to eventually work for myself, but the reason that I wanted to do this so bad is that, like, I now have breakfast with my children way more than I ever did. I have lunch with them most days, and I have dinner with them like every single day. I still do a little bit of travel, like but it's on my own volition. And I've used this example a few times. Like there were some times where I would travel to LA or to San Francisco for like a 1 hour meeting. So I would spend like 3 days on the road to go to a 1 or 2 hour meeting, which is the nature of I was doing basically high ticket consultative sales, and that's what I signed up for. Um, and now I'm going to go to New York for 4 days, but it is so packed with meetings and photo shoots and like meetups that my time is being way my the use of my time is incredibly more effective and purposeful now that I'm in full control of it, and that is very nice. Um, I still haven't really felt a a a pay cut as well. Like my total income is will be down on the year, this year, but the flexibility in time, the work-life balance, the quality of life, like it's worth every penny. You know, last year was great. This year, I feel even better about. And so 6 months in, I definitely, because I've been trying to catch up, there's a level of burnout that I feel. And it's also very different because before, especially when it came to clothing, I was reviewing, um, I was reviewing clothing that I was wearing as part of my profession, and now I don't know if I could cut off, but I was reviewing clothing I was using to build a career, and now I'm reviewing clothing that it's like a snake eating in on itself. Like the clothes that I wear now are part of, but now I'm building a company that's focused around the menswear. So it's interesting, but 6 months in, wouldn't change a thing. So I'm happy, honored, thankful, everything. And so feel pretty good. So next week I'm in New York. Excited about that. I'll be vlogging the trip for this channel, and then I'm going to doing some videos for the Cavalier. And I'll give you some more updates. Today I launched a website that I wanted to have back in October.